another systems of equations, but it's
Yeah,
just,
this one's kind of a working backwards. They want you to put in they want you to put in they want you to basically give the equation of the line. So the equation of a line is mx plus b, like that. So we need the slope. The slope is the rise over the run. So it's the amount up and the amount over. So 3/3 x plus b. And then b is where it hits the y-axis, which is -4. So y equals 1x minus 4.
and then that would just be it then.
That's for the blue one. So the other one's a little bit harder to do. It's y equals, it could be a lot of things, but it starts with x squared, and x squared shoots up and then it goes down 6 units, like that.
Okay.
Give me just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing here is to maybe, and I guess another thing here is you really need to know where they intersect. So they intersect at -1, -5, and 2, -2. Like, I know it says just what system does it represent. The system is there. So all right. So Neil is analyzing a quadratic function f of x and a linear function g of x. Will they intersect? So we should really graph the second one here. 1, 3. 1, 3 is there, 2, 5 is there, and 3, 7 is there. So the question is like, will these ever touch?
Okay. So I just plug in g of x, like the table.
No. It's like this though. Like, do these look like they're ever going to intersect? You know,
No.
is the right? And the answer is no, they don't.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the next one here. So again, this is like, we've got to find the equations of the graph. So let's do the one in blue first. So the one in blue first, see how the vertex has moved over? Like the vertex is normally at 0, 0, but it's moved over to 1, -2. And the equation here is y equals a x minus h squared plus k, like that. A x -1 squared minus 2. And then a is 1. I mean, we don't need to get into why it's 1, but we could do that here if we needed to.
Why would it be 1? Sorry.
You're supposed to choose another point on the graph and then solve for it. So like, we're supposed to use the point 2, -1, -1a, 2 minus 1 squared minus 2. Add 2 to both sides. 1 equals a, 1 squared, 1 equals a times 1,
And then
a
that's
equals 1.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
right, so then the other one is kind of the same deal. Do it in red here. The vertex is moved up from 0, 0 to 0, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's x minus 0 squared plus 3, but there's an a again here.
Mm-hmm.
So that a is
Would it be? Would it be 3?
well, so we got to put I'm sorry, I put 3 in the wrong spot. Sorry. No. We have to use a different point that's on the graph. So we can use this 2 comma -1 again.
Okay.
-1 equals a, 2 minus 0 squared plus 3, subtract 3 from both sides. -4 equals a times 2 squared. -4 equals 4a, divide by 4, divide by 4, a
Would just be
equals
1.
1. Yeah. So it ends up being y equals -1 x squared plus 3.
Okay.
Be right back. All right. So there's the 2 equations, I guess. Is that clear how to find those?
Yes.
All right, so let's look at number 17. Braxton loves to download new music. He originally had 41 songs and plans to purchase 4 new songs each week. He wants to know how many songs he will have after 110 weeks. What equation should he use? So the idea is you have to come up with something here that's happening. So when you purchase 4 new songs each week, that means it's going up by 4 each time.
It would be an increase of 4.
Yeah. So it's 41 is what you're starting with. So the number of songs you have is 41 plus 4 times W. So it's really an MX plus B problem where your
Mm-hmm.
slope is 4 and your variable is an XW,
Mm-hmm.
and you start with 41.
Mm-hmm. And for the W, would you plug in would you plug in 110?
Yes, exactly. So we want to find when W equals 110, what's going on. So N equals 41 plus 4 times 110, which is 41 plus 440, which is 481.
Okay. That's easy.
All right, so next question here, it's pretty generic. It's asking about the domain. Oh, wow, this is a huge study guide.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get through all those. So if you want to start picking and choosing questions, you might consider doing that.
Okay. Could we
But
start with question 22 then?
yeah,
After
just
question 18?
the domain is greater than or equal to 1. Is always the case there. Okay, so you said 22.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't get that at all.
Okay, yeah. So this is new notation maybe you've never seen before.
Yeah, I don't remember learning that in my old class, like algebra 2.
Yeah, so the way this works is you're putting I in each time. So you start with I equals 7, and that's 2 times 7 minus 12, which is 2. Okay. And then, so this equals 2 plus, and then you do I equals 8. 2 times 8 minus 12 is 4. I equals 9. 2 times 9 minus 12 equals 6.
Mm-hmm.
I equals 10. 2 times 10 minus 12 equals 6. Yeah, sorry, equals 8. And so you can start to see the pattern here. Like you can do these all, but you see the pattern, like they're going up by 2 each time.
Yeah.
So this is, so if you need to, you can sort of like write the index, like that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's 10,
Mm-hmm.
plus 10 for 11, plus 12 for 12, plus 14, that's 13, 16. So let me get the count right. 13, 14, 15, 15, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is it. That looks right to me.
Mm-hmm. Um,
So you just add those up, I guess, is this the short of it. So I'm gonna just grab some water. I'll be right back.
yep.
All right, where should we go from here?
Um, can okay, so we're 22. Could we do 31?
All right, you said 31, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a specific formula. There's a. So the arc length, the way this works is you have a sector. This is the arc length S, this is the radius, this is theta, and S equals R theta. Radius is 3, the angle is 2 pi over 7. That's it. There's nothing more for that.
So you just plug in 3 as like the.
Yeah, for R is 3. And so you get 6 pi over 7 as your answer. And then there's supposed to be units, so it's units of centimeters.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Could we do 34?
Sure. All right, the function represents the tide in the Bering Sea. It has a maximum 10 feet when time t is 0 and minimum 4 feet. The sea repeats the cycle every 8 hours. 4 hours, how high is the tide? So, okay. Basically, they're saying that t is 4 in this problem. Everything else is just sort of like, it would help you to build this function if you didn't know how to build it. But since it's given, they say basically like, okay, just find f of 4, which is 3 cosine pi over 4 times 4 plus 7, which is 3 cosine pi plus 7. So this is where you got to know your unit circle, or you got to be comfortable using your calculator. Your mode could be in radian.
Okay. So let's go to mode. It's in radian.
So 3 times cosine pi is negative 1 plus 7 equals, I'm sorry, cosine, that is wrong there. Cosine of pi is 0, so it's 3 times 0 plus 7, which is 7.
3 times 0 plus 7. Would that just be it, or would we have to do more?
Okay, so sorry, cosine of pi, it is -1. I am sorry. I apologize. So it's 3 times, that's -3 plus 7 is 4.
Mhm. And would that be all we're doing, or is it just?
No, that's it. That's
Hmm.
4 feet. That's it.
Question, where'd you get the -1?
Cosine of pi is -1.
And you would figure that out by putting it in the calculator?
Either knowing your unit circle, yeah, or go into the calculator, cosine of pi, making sure your mode is in radian. You want me to show you that, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. So go back to the calculator here. All right, so you second quit, you always quit out of wherever you are. This is like your home screen, and then you go to mode. Your mode is in radian. So you quit out of that, and it's cosine of pi.
Which, okay, which would equal -1. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. What else?
While we're there, can we do question 35 through 37?
Sure.
It's all kind of like the same thing, but I just want to get a better practice at it.
So 35. Hang on just a second here. All right, so the thing here is you got to know what the sign, it's y equals sine bx plus c plus d, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so sine bx plus c, I'm sorry, there's an amplitude in front as well. So some of the stuff we don't need, but like this is everything. Okay, so the amplitude, that's probably the easiest. That goes there. So that's 7.
Sorry to interrupt, but your calculator's still on the
I
screen.
apologize. I apologize. I'm way off today. The 7 sine, and then so the period is 2 pi over b, period pi over 4 equals 2 pi over b.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that ends up being 2 pi times 4 over pi, which is 8. That's b. B is 8. There's no phase shift. It doesn't give you any information on a phase shift, so c is 0. B
Mm-hmm.
is the midline. This is always d, so that becomes plus 3. This is y equals sine 8x plus 3, like that.
Mm-hmm. Would that be it then, or would
That's
we
it.
have?
That's totally it.
Oh. Hmm. Okay.
36, you want to do next?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, in what direction and by how many units does the graph of f of x equals minus 7 sine 3x plus pi minus 2 vertically and horizontally shifted? So the vertical is the easier one. The vertical is right there. That's 2 down. The horizontal shift is a little bit harder to figure out here. You actually have to go in here and factor out. So sine 3 x plus, and so you're factoring out a 3 from both. So it's basically like you're dividing both by 3 here.
Mm-hmm.
So pi over 3, like that. Actually, we don't even need that in front. So this pi, this number in here is the phase shift. That's the horizontal shift.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pi over 3 left.
Okay. Hmm.
Any questions on that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So, do you want to just do 37?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so the way this works is you set up a triangle here again.
Mm-hmm.
Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So that means this angle right here, opposite is 7, hypotenuse is 25. To
Mm-hmm.
find the other leg, you have to use Pythagorean theorem here. A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Yep.
And we'll call this a. So a squared plus 7 squared equals 25 squared. So this is give me those values. What is 7 squared? What's 25 squared?
Okay, let me plug it in my calculator now. 7 squared is 49 and 25 squared is 625.
To subtract 49, a squared equals 576. Can you figure that out for us? What is the square root of 576?
576 square root is 331776.
The square root of it. You're taking the square root of both sides.
Oh, okay. How would you square root a squared?
You're square rooting 576.
Oh, square root. Oh,
Yes, square root.
my bad. Okay. Second thing. 576. 24.
Okay,
So then that would 24.
that's this one right here. Now,
missing.
now for cosine theta is 24 over 25, like that.
Mhm.
All right. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So just take I'm gonna take a 30-second break here. Just let me know which one you want to work on, and we'll keep going here.
Okay. Okay. Can we do 19?
All right, what do you want to do next?
Can we do 19? And then after that, can we do 24?
Sure. All right, 19. All right, what is the sum of a 54 term arithmetic sequence? For the first term is 6 and the last term is 377. So you have to start by remembering what the formula for an arithmetic sequence is. It's A1 plus n minus 1 times d. So they're giving you enough information to find this. They're telling you that the first term is sick. That's good. And they're telling you that the last term is 377 equals 6 plus 54 minus 1 times d, which is, we don't know. So we have to solve this for d. So n is 54. The last term, which we don't really know, we just call it the last term, is that. So minus 6 minus 6, 371 equals 53d, divide by 53. So d equals whatever that equals. You want to divide that for us, please, and let me know what you come up with.
Yep. 7.
7d equals 7. So then that goes back into the formula here, but it goes back into kind of this line right here. So an equals 6 plus 7n n minus 1 times 7. What is the sum of a 54 term sequence? Oh, I'm sorry, we actually didn't need to do this, but this was a good, I didn't realize what it was asking for. But I didn't realize what it was asking for. So we don't need the formula, but if it did, we have it now. So the sum of a sequence here is the first term plus the last term times the number of terms divided by 2. So in your problem here, it's 54 divided by 2. And the first term is 6 and the last term is 377. So go ahead and calculate that for us, please.
The 54 divided by 2 parentheses 6.
Times the 6 plus 377, yeah.
Okay. Got 10,341.
Okay, so go ahead and so I mean that is your their answer here.
Oh, okay. Do you think you can explain 24?
Sure. So 24 here, let's look at it. What is A intersect B? So A, this means A intersect B. It means like where they're both. So they have to be in both. So see how 101 is in both and 404 is in both. So
Okay.
A intersect B is 101 comma 404.
405. Okay. I just didn't know what that symbol meant too much.
Yeah. And so it means intersect. Intersect means and or both is another word for it.
Okay, that makes more sense. Let's see.
Where did you want to go from here?
I'm looking right now.
Sure, take your time.
Can we do question 30?
Sure. Right, a study of 1,000 teens found that the number of hours they spend on social networking sites each week is normally distributed with a mean of 10 hours. Population standard deviation is 2 hours with 95% confidence for the mean with the margin error is 0.12 hours. Okay. So this is like way outside of this course. This is a statistics problem. It's a confidence interval. I mean, you're never going to see these again, but the confidence interval is the mean X bar plus or minus the margin of error. So basically you take the mean, which is 10, and add the confidence, the margin of error, and you subtract.
Okay. So is that what we would do, or um how does the 95 correlate with it?
Well, so the
Oh,
thing
it's
is they're giving you, you normally need this number to find what's called a z-value to be able to do a bunch of other things, and so on and so on.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't get it.
Well, let me go look at your solution here. And let me see if I can, like, because this is like way outside of this course. Yeah,
Mhm.
so this is all you have to do. The 95 doesn't matter. You just have to take 10 and subtract 0.12, 9.88, comma 10.12.
Oh, okay. This is a statistics problem, right?
Yes, like this is way outside of this course. You're not, I mean, I don't know why this is in here, but it is. Like, so every like algebra class does a little bit of a deep dive into statistics, and
Yeah,
so
I remember doing statistics and I don't remember this part of it. It was usually just probability that we did.
right. So we've got time for a couple more problems. If you want, let me know.
Um Let me see if I can find one that we already haven't done. Can we do 21? It's kind of like 19 with the terms and everything, but just
Sure.
with a negative instead.
The geometrics different than arithmetic. Okay, so they're like a fork in the road. It's either
Hmm.
arithmetic
Or geometric. Yeah.
or geometric. Okay, and
Hmm.
that's thing number one. So for geometric, it's got a different formula. An equals a1 r to the n minus 1 power, and so that's 1. The ratio is -6/1. So r is the next term divided by the previous term.
Okay.
So again, this is just how to write the formula. The formula is, I mean, it becomes -6 to the n minus 1 power. That's usually the first thing they ask. Now the sum of the first 6 terms in a geometric series, well, there's a formula for that. Like, you have to know this formula. Uh, so the sum is a1, excuse me, which is the first term, 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. So this is the formula. So we have the first term. The first term is 1. Okay. R is -6. We want the first 6 terms, and then it's 1 minus a -6, like that.
Hmm. Would the -6 go in parentheses or
N-
itself?
n-
Or
n-
would it
uh,
just cancel out?
so the one at the bottom that goes to, it's the way it's written is good for the calculator. It's 1 minus -6 to the 6th over 1 plus 6, like that.
Okay. So you just type it in the calculator like that to get your answer?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
I'll do that here real quick to confirm here.
Mm. Oh, okay. I typed it in my calculator too, and that I got negative 6,665. Oh, look, you got the same thing too.
Right, so that we're gonna stop there for today. It's a good job.